Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked with your midday edition of Expresso, a sensational performance we were treated to before the break by the one and only Tye Platinum. And we are still with the performing artist right now who's going to be giving us all the details on a highly anticipated debut album and his latest music event, which is, I think, like all artists, we are reimagining how we can engage with our fan base. And I know you've got a hardcore fan base here in Cape Town, so I'm sure they are just as excited as we are that you have an album coming. Oh, yeah. I know everyone pressed pause on 2020, was like, okay, I'm going to just write material. Has that been the case for you? Have you found that you've tapped into that kind of creative reservoir over this year?
Oh, definitely. It's been really challenging, but over the lockdown period, I've seen how resilient we are as human beings. And for us as musicians, it was really difficult having everything just shut down and there was no outlet for us. And the crowd, the audiences in Cape Town themselves, I was getting DMs and inboxes all the time. We miss you guys, we want to see you back on stage. And that longing to be back on stage and finally for us to be able to get back on stage now is amazing. I mean, I'm so excited about this up and coming event.
Well, maybe you appreciate it more now. I think that's been my kind of take home from this year is I just appreciate and value everything so much more. Yeah. For all artists, it was a dark couple of months, but it also became this very introspective time where people were able to maybe get new music inspired, start to hone their craft, to decide how they want to present themselves. And when you're releasing a debut album, it's you. It's not just you representing a band now. It's you on the vinyl. It's you out there. How has that process been, kind of getting into the grips of recording an album? And when do you think this is going to be released? How far along in the process are you?
I have to admit, this process has been a 10-year process.
Wow.
Like this year is the 10th year in me trying to get an album out, trying to get the right producers, musicians, songwriters on this project. And this year, although it was such a challenging year, it deemed to be the year that all those connections just popped out of nowhere. The musicians, the songwriters, I just stumbled into such a huge group of creatives that just understood what I'm about and just amplify that. And that to me this year has been the most amazing. The writing process has been phenomenal. I mean, way before, you know, you get writer's block, you sit with songs for like 2 or 3 weeks and you can't get past the second verse or the bridge. But the past 2 months have just been, the songs have just been flowing. And because I've been getting myself into the space of just trying to work on my craft all the time, do vocal training, get to doing my home gym stuff. And as we just discussed, you can only do so much. You can only do so much at home, but that has kept me sane to really delve into the creative process, and it's been amazing.
I suppose maybe another take home from this year is there's nothing superfluous. There's no more fluff. Everything that we're doing has meaning. And there's a level of authenticity when it's you pouring your heart out, and whether it's on stage or into an album, it needs to be that. So how are you in this album? What sides of you are we going to get to see? Is it based on the last 10 years journey? Has it changed because of what you've experienced this year?
It definitely has changed, yes, it definitely changed, but it's entirely everything that I've gone through over the past 10 years. I mean, initially, I wanted to release this album in 2012 side. And that process started in 2010. So up till now, everything in the songs, everything on this project is very personal and so dear to me. Everything is so organic, and I can't wait to share it with people. I can't wait to share it with the world.
Yeah, and I would imagine when you're performing it, it makes all the difference to be able to kind of sink into those emotions and quite cathartic, release that, you know, a bit of self-therapy going on. And don't we need that this year? But the fans do need to see you perform. Even if we can't fill a stadium or a venue to see you perform, we can with Come Dine With Me, where music meets concert experience happening this Saturday. What's that about?
Oh, that's going to be amazing. It's happening at the V&A Clock Tower at the waterfront.
Oh, nice.
Clock Tower rooftop. It's presented by LRI Productions, and they have put together quite a show for us. I mean, the likes of Chad Simon, Chad Chitter, DJ Mix, we have August West, myself included, so many other amazing artists on the bill, and it's just a beautiful experience for us to finally come out and have something to eat, have a 3-course meal, have your entertainment on stage, and just enjoy the night out for the first time with a nice live band.
Yeah, man, get a bit of quality time, you know? and of course, your style lends itself to just taking a back seat and really savoring and enjoying. How much are you looking forward to being able to step out onto a stage? I know it's not a massive crowd, but it's still an audience looking right back at you, and you get to make that connection. How much does that excite you?
I was saying in the lockdown period, I did a few online shows, and it was definitely not the same. With nobody being there to receive you, nobody
need your mom to sit there or someone just
you know what I mean?
Cry, you know?
Nobody there. So for me, I've been anticipating this day. I actually thought it was going to take a little bit longer. I was expecting 2021 to be that year for us to step back out on stage, but it happened. It's happening now, and I'm so excited about this. You won't believe I'm so excited.
You're not alone, my friend, and I think people are even more excited about being able to see you make a new offering as well, but also get into some of the songs that you have made iconic. You want to stick around? We've still got lots more to come with Tye Platinum. He's in studio and he's going to be cooking for me ahead of his Come Dine With Me event taking place at, as you heard, the Clock Tower at the V&A Waterfront. What a beautiful setting. It's happening this Saturday from 7:30 in the evening. Make sure to contact Lloyd on this number. Write it down, 078 949 0773. Go and book your tickets. Support artists who desperately need our support, need us in their corner. But it's going to be an unforgettable evening. And of course, in just a moment, I'm going to get my belly filled. We'll find out how good Tye is in the kitchen. You want to stick around.